Hi there. I just want to do a talk, and I decided what I was going to talk about before I started doing this video. And I'll start off by talking about the climate change hoax. And the hoax is a hoax to get the smart grid out there. That's why the climate change thing is being pushed in your face, and they're pushing it in your face to try and get the smart grid out there. Because the smart grid connects everything. It's a grid. That's why it's called a smart grid. And the smart grid is the Internet of Things. It's basically they communicate with each other, and they live or grow by our interaction with the smart grid, and that goes to AI. And this is leading, as I've even looked this up myself on the internet, with this smart grid information also, is that eventually they want the artificial intelligence to be linked and connected to the human brain. And so, once that happens, there won't be much of your own imagination left or thoughts. And so that's what the climate change thing is all about. And I'm not saying the weather hasn't changed. I'm not saying that the climate isn't changing, but but it's not about the climate changing. It's about to get the smart grid out there. And also, people don't ask the question, with all the science that we've got, do you not think that maybe that the system can engineer weather? I mean, of course they can. If they can do all the science stuff, why haven't they been able to do this? And if this is a simulation reality, then of course they could do that. And many scientists also believe it's a simulation. It's like I was just saying before I was doing this video with someone that I don't believe in believing. Ever since this spiritual awakening, it showed me that the power is in knowing things. And that's the thing, like Osho said it, that he didn't believe in believing. And when I had this unexpected spiritual awakening, what it was showing me is to just go by your intuition, go by what's within you. Always stick to that infinite power within, and that's basically how I live. Basically, I always go with that. And your mentor is your soul, and that is your real spiritual guide, is your soul. No one can tell you anything, because you are on your own unique path as well, and your soul knows the way for you. It's with you every step of the way. So it's your real spiritual savior and guide. And so that's it. But back to the climate change thing, that's what it's all about. Of course there's going to be changes to a planet. That's always happening. The changes come and go. But it's not about the earth changing for the system. It's about getting the smart grid out there. And that's what they're doing. They're using this climate change hoax thing to get to basically also distract you from things like 5G, which is crazy radiation power, they say. Even the people that are building it. I've looked on YouTube, and you get some people that are actually building this 5G or putting it together, and they even say that that they regret doing it, but they've got to feed their families, And so that's basically what it's all about. And because what the system wants is everything to a world system. Because when you've got separate countries, yes, that works for division regarding the system, and it divides us, but it doesn't actually help the system. They want to govern everything, right? And that's it. And that's basically what they want to do, is govern everything, because it's a lot easier to control one world than it is to govern separate things. You've got to do a lot more work. And so that's what it's all about, is centralizing it, a bit like Facebook, with how that everything is geared towards centralizing everything. and so that everyone is focused on that, and that's where they go, and so it's easier to control a bunch of sheep that way. It's easier to control a herd. If they're all in different places, then it's a lot more difficult. And that's just it. And of course, the money that we use isn't actually worth anything. You know, the money that we use is just made up pieces of paper and made up coins by the system that the system says is worth something. And so people are slaves for this, but that's how the system controls everything, by finance. And like David Icke predicted in the early 90s, that everything would be a currency where you don't have any cash, and that's obviously that's what's coming. But that's the way things are going. But the reason they're trying to push the smart grid, the real reason, is because of the global awakening. That's what the system is really frightened of. Because let's face it, if people awaken, if a lot of people spiritually awaken, then it's basically game over for the system in the way that it's run at the moment. And by people waking up and realising that they are the system, that voting makes no difference, because it's just the same power, but you can only change yourself. If everybody does this, then that's how the world changes. It changes by you changing, because you're the only person that can change your reality and world. And we've got to realise that we are all sovereignty, all creator beings, and that we create reality. If a war happens, it's not because of a government put us to war, it's because we are choosing to make it happen by fighting. So you say no to it. Nothing can happen if the masses, if the many people say no. You have to all agree to it. Everything is a choice. But I'm just going to end it there. Thank you much for watching and listening. Thank you.